Welcome back, my lovely woman, and welcome to a new episode of the Feminine Reset podcast. So, for today, I actually wanted to talk about something I should have made it one of my very first topics here on the podcast, and that is actually what is feminine energy? So, when I started my own feminine journey in 2018, so that is 7 years ago, I honestly thought that feminine energy, being feminine, was just about the appearance. And to be honest, that is what I was drawn to, the looks and just how these women look. And in my head, it was like, okay, I'm going to be feminine when I wearing dresses or wearing skirts, wearing more softer colors instead of just black, doing my hair, and just looking very graceful and elegant. I thought when I do that, I am feminine. Well, even though that is a part of being feminine, and I truly enjoy dressing up because I do think that when I look good, I feel good. And with that, you are also connecting to your feminine energy. And I soon realized that a woman can wear the most beautiful dress in the world, but she can still feel disconnected from her feminine energy. And that's really what this episode is about. I really want to dive a bit deeper about what feminine energy truly is. Not just the aesthetics, not just the femininity, how we look and how we behave, but the energy part. And I'm going to share with you the 5 pillars of feminine energy that I discovered in these past 7 years. And I truly believe that feminine energy is not just something you put on or you put off. Feminine energy is an embodiment. Being truly feminine and you connecting to your feminine energy has everything to do with how you feel, how you move through life, and how deeply connected you are with your inner world, how deeply connected you are with your heart. And this is especially the part that I had to do my own work around. For me, this whole journey of connecting to my feminine was also my inner work journey, because me feeling more meant that I'm going to tap into emotions and feelings that I actually was pushing away for a very long time. And that's really the part that I think most of us want to focus on more when it comes to our feminine journey. It's that inner work part. It's that part that doesn't really look so pretty. I think we know that feminine energy is feeling, but it's not just feeling the pretty, softer emotions. You tapping into your feminine energy also means that you're going to tap into those emotions that are not that soft. They are more negative and they are sad and they are frustrating. But if you truly want to start feeling and embodying your feminine, you have to start feeling and releasing the whole spectrum of emotions, not just the pretty and the soft and the feel good ones. So let's step into the 5 pillars of feminine energy. I came up with these pillars in the past years, and I think that these pillars really describe what feminine energy truly is. The first pillar is being. And with being, you learn how to slow down. You learn how to feel. You focus on how to ground yourself, how to connect more to your intuition, how you connect more with your inner world. What is going on inside of me? How do I feel? How do I truly feel? And you start making that mind and body connection again. You learn how to regulate your nervous system. And unfortunately, many of us are running on autopilot. We're running on survival mode. And many women are actually living with an overactive nervous system. Their sympathetic nervous system is just running on autopilot. We can get stuck there if we don't understand there's a different way, and if we don't even understand that this is going on. So, you being in your feminine is you shifting from your sympathetic nervous system into your parasympathetic nervous system. One of the easiest ways that I tell the women I work with is to start breathing. Breathing from your belly. Start taking belly breaths or just start breathing. Sit down and breathe. So the connection to yourself, your body, your emotions, and regulating your nervous system is pillar number 1. That is being. Pillar number 2 is trusting. And this can be a difficult one for many women. Trust is that bridge between control and surrender. Trusting means letting go of the need to micromanage every single thing in your life. Trusting also means that you're going to listen to your intuition. And trusting also means that you're going to start trusting yourself. And that is a really big one for many women. We can go and do a lot of things, but unfortunately, many of us, we don't even trust ourselves. And the question is, if you don't even trust yourself, how are you going to trust someone else to do good by you? The first person you need to start trusting is yourself. Learn on working and reconnecting with yourself. Start trusting God. Start trusting the universe. Start trusting the source that you are connected to. It's so important. And that's one of the most important part as well about feminine energy. Our feminine energy is highly spiritual. So having a beautiful spiritual practice will definitely strengthen your feminine energy because you trust that you don't have to do everything by yourself. The third thing you have to start trusting is the masculine. And not the masculine within yourself, but the masculine outside of you. So it's you starting to trust men. You have to start trusting these three things: yourself, God, men, because that will help you to connect more to your feminine. The third pillar is receiving. And it's interesting that receiving is one of those core themes, right? When we talk about feminine energy, yet receiving is the thing that most of us struggle with the most. It's so interesting. Me as well. When I started this, I found it so difficult to receive, to ask for help. And after working with so many women, I understand more where it comes from. But in order for you to connect to your feminine, you need to learn how to receive. When you start to receive, you start to open yourself up to love, to help, to compliments, money, opportunities, and so much more. Because the more you receive, the more you teach your body that abundance and love are safe for you to receive. And you don't have to work or prove or do anything extra for it. And receiving can be as simple as saying thank you to someone when they're giving you a compliment without the need to reciprocate. And pillar number 4 is pleasure. And pleasure to me is really that pure feminine energy. It's that joy and that excitement that really brings those sparkles back in a woman's eyes. By us living on autopilot without having things to look forward to, we lose that fire inside of us. We use that excitement for life, that joy for life. There is no feminine energy without pleasure, without joy. And you adding pleasure to your day and to your life can look as simple as making your favorite cup of tea in the morning or your favorite cup of coffee, you getting a manicure, you spending time with your loved ones. Having pleasure and joy and excitement doesn't always have to be something really big as going on vacation. It's very important for you to add pleasure and excitement and joy to your everyday life. And it can be something really small. This is something I advise every woman to do. Add more pleasure and joy to your life. And this might sound a little bit extreme, but I truly believe that if we would do this, if we would have daily things to look forward to, even if it's something as simple as making your favorite breakfast in the morning, making your avocado toast and listening to some music in the background before you start your day, even if it's something as simple as that, I truly believe that we make our life so much more enjoyable and we give ourselves more purpose to live. Instead of only looking at those 2 vacations that you take a year and waiting until that happens, start bringing that feeling of joy and excitement into your everyday life. So that's why pleasure is one of the most important pillars for you to connect to your feminine energy. And I think pleasure also is very tied to you romanticizing your life, making the things that might be very bland and boring exciting and enjoyable. And my last pillar is pillar number 5. Pillar number 5 is desire. And desire is basically your compass in life. It takes you into the right direction. I truly believe that our desires are placed in our hearts for a reason. And this is also the reason that if you have something you truly want and you don't go after it, you don't take aligned actions, it's going to feel so draining. And it's going to feel like you're not on the right path. Your desires are part of your purpose. And our desires can be something really big, right? Maybe you want to start a company. Maybe you want to start a charity. Maybe you want to become a mom. Maybe you want to start traveling for a year. But they can also be smaller. Our desires are placed in our heart for a reason. So, what do you desire? What do you want? What do you wish for? And are you taking actions towards the desire? Suppressing your desire disconnects you from your purpose and it disconnects you from your feminine energy. Having a desire and having wishes are truly, purely feminine. The beauty about this also, when you have desires, you activate your inner masculine energy. Because when you want to accomplish something, when you have this vision for yourself, it could be, you know what, I really want to start this company, or I really want to renovate my bedroom. That gives your inner masculine a task. Okay, the feminine inside of you created a vision, and now the masculine inside of you needs to get to work. It needs to start taking aligned actions so you can have your desire. And the other side of this is that you having desires and wishes activate the masculine outside of you. So if you have a partner or if you're dating, the man outside of you will step into their masculine more because they know you have certain desires. You might want to buy a house. You might say, babe, in 2 years, let's buy a house in that neighborhood. Or let's go on vacation to Paris. This activates his masculine energy because he thinks, oh my gosh, this is what she wants. How can I make it happen? How can I give her what she wants? You are doing your partner a favor, a big favor, by having desires and having a vision and sharing this with him. If you don't have wishes or you don't have desires, you are not activating your partner. You're not activating that masculine energy that he has. You're helping yourself and you're helping him so he can step into his highest potential as well. Yeah, be inspired, have wishes, have desires, extremely important for your feminine energy. So let's recap the 5 feminine energy pillars that are necessary for you to connect to your feminine energy are being, trusting, receiving, pleasure, and desire. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram and ask me anything you want. And remember, you can be both soft and powerful. You don't have to choose. With so much love, Urania, your feminine mindset coach.